We look forward to becoming a vertically integrated primary producer of helium, selling directly to end users. We will be the only company in North America that literally drills its own wells, produces out of their own wells, processes the helium to a 6.9 standard and sells directly to end users within a 2.5, 3-hour drive, and have the abundance of targeted customers that we will have in the Phoenix area. In our wildest dreams, we couldn't supply the amount of helium that's demanded by the high-tech firms in and around Phoenix. Hello, my name's Don Mosher. I'm the president and board member of Desert Mountain Energy. We are a company that's building a vertically integrated primary helium producer with projects located in northeastern Arizona. The company has approximately 75 million shares outstanding. We're getting very close to production, expecting to start into production and positive cash flow in the fourth quarter of this year. As a vertically integrated primary producer of helium, we have targeted the city of, or the surrounding area to Phoenix for our customer base. We've identified over 40 users of helium in the area. The big advantage to the end users is we're only 2.5 hours from the city. And one of the primary uses of helium is leak detection. So it tends to escape containment. Being in that close of proximity, we have a number of very eager customers waiting for us to come online and start producing. Desert Mountain Energy, as a vertically integrated primary producer of helium, is going to be selling helium into a space that's experienced dramatic shortages right now. Our ultimate plan is to have 60 to 70 producing wells in the Holbrook Basin. And if we do accomplish that, it would still only be able to supply a small percentage of the demand out of Phoenix. Currently, the supply is so critically short that prices have tripled in the last 4 months, and end users are lucky to be getting 50% of their contracted demand out of the specialty gas suppliers. The processing facility that we are taking delivery on that will put us into production and make us a vertically integrated primary producer of helium has been designed for a throughput of 10.5 million cubic feet per day. And to give you an idea of the kind of cash flow that can generate, if we ran that plant at 30%, with 3% helium, which is about what our average grade is going through the system. And if we were getting old prices, which was $280 crude prices, and selling a blue grade helium at about $700 an MCF, this plant, after royalties, taxes, maintenance, handling, and processing costs, should generate about $90,000 per day. The helium shortage impacts everybody in ways that you can't see. Weather stations are having to discontinue their weather balloon programs, that type of stuff. And as a result of that, that's why we've seen just such a dramatic increase in the price of helium. And it really is irreplaceable. The uses that helium have cannot be replaced by any other gas out there. It's got the lowest boiling point. Therefore, it's a supercoolant used for data centers and MRIs and that type of thing. It's inert, so it creates environments for manufacturing fiber optics, for example, and purging atomic accelerators and allowing the launch of ballistic missiles used by SpaceX, for example. Through the balance of the year, we should have a lot of news flow, and it's a very exciting time for us. We just set and cemented production casing in our 5th Wildcat well that we are looking forward to completing and sampling at the end of August. Based on what we've seen downhole and with our mass spectrometer readings at surface, we think potentially this may be the best hole we've drilled to date. Robert Althing's flying down to Genron on Wednesday to view the testing of a bunch of components. We're expecting to take delivery on the processing facility sometime in September. There's always a potential for delays, but that's our anticipated delivery on it. The solar panels are arriving from overseas this week. We're trenching and laying flow lines that'll carry the helium from the wells over to the processing facility. Once we take delivery on the modular housing units on the Macaulay helium field, we'll be setting that up. We'll be bringing in the engineering firm to hook up the solar panels and power it. It should be about a 2-week process to get these housing units all hooked up together and ready to push the start button on the processing facility, and slowly and gently bringing production up on the wells and increasing the throughput. And as we do that, we're going to go into positive cash flow. And by the end of the year, we expect to be in full production with positive cash flow, with the ultimate ambition of a US uplist, and ultimately, if we achieve our goals, buying back stock and paying dividends. Thanks very much for your time. We look forward to delivering on our promises. We look forward to becoming a vertically integrated primary producer of helium, selling directly to end users. We will be the only company in North America that literally drills its own wells, produces out of their own wells, processes the helium to a 6.9 standard and sells directly to end users within a 2.5-3 hour drive, and have the abundance of targeted customers that we will have in the Phoenix area. In our wildest dreams, we couldn't supply the amount of helium that's demanded by the high-tech firms in and around Phoenix. Thank you very much for your time.